You might think that Harley Davidson was founded by two guys whose last names were Harley and Davidson, and you would be partway right. It's actually one Harley and three Davidsons, and it took all four of them working together to create a brand that would revolutionize transportation and America. Quick facts about Harley Davidson's history. What year was Harley Davidson founded? 1903. When was the first Harley Davidson made? 1903. Where did Harley Davidson start? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What is Harley Davidson's country of origin? United States. Who owns Harley Davidson? Harley Davidson Motor Company Group Incorporated. How old are Harley Davidson motorcycles? 2023 marks the 120th anniversary. When was Harley Davidson officially founded? Harley Davidson was founded in 1903 in Milwaukee, and officially incorporated in 1907, with Walter Davidson acting as the first president. Arthur Davidson became the first general sales manager and the secretary, while William Davidson was the first works manager. William Harley, meanwhile, became the chief engineer and treasurer. Given the ratio of 3 Davidsons to 1 Harley, you may wonder why the company wasn't called Davidson Harley. Since the original idea for the motorcycle came from William Harley, the gang thought it was only fair to have his name first. WHO were the founders of Harley Davidson. A common question is whether or not Harley Davidson is a person. It's actually 4 people. William Harley was only a year older than Arthur Davidson. The two boys grew up just a couple of houses apart in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Such was the start of their lifelong friendship. Both boys were enamored with bicycles. William even took a job at a Milwaukee-based bicycle factory when he was 15, rising from the rank of cycle fitter to drafter, which led him to work as a draftsman at the Berthe Manufacturing Company. It was there that he designed his first internal combustion engine. It was based on the French de Dion-Bouton engine, which would go on to be used by many early motorcycle manufacturers. Along with Arthur, another draftsman from Berthe, and a friend whose father owned a lathe, William and his cohorts would spend the next several years working on a proto-motorcycle in their spare time. The prototype fizzled out, but it proved invaluable because it made William and Arthur realize that they needed a machinist. The two reached out to Arthur's older brother Walter, who was living in Parsons, Kansas at the time. Walter arrived expecting to see a motorcycle, but instead was greeted by an unfinished mess. But in that mess, Walter saw a dream, so he decided to stay in Milwaukee to make William and Arthur's dream a reality. Soon, another mechanic, William Davidson, Arthur's eldest brother, joined the trio. By 1904, a second prototype was completed. It was the first ever Harley-Davidson registered trademark symbol motorcycle to participate in a motorcycle race. And while it didn't win, the team was already off and running to make motorcycle history. William Harley. William was the first chief engineer and treasurer of Harley-Davidson. The idea for the motorcycle was his, although he certainly couldn't have done it without the Davidson brothers. Early life. Engineering ran in the Harley family. William Harley Sr. was a railway engineer who emigrated to the United States in 1860 from England along with his wife, Mary Smith. William Jr. was born 20 years later in 1880. When not working on prototypes of the original motorcycle, Harley was pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, which he earned in 1907. Career. Harley first began tinkering with the idea of a motorcycle while working at Berthe Manufacturing Company. Throughout the years, He would build on the successes of his previous models. When the first models were completed in 1903 with a buckle crank, Harley was already trying to figure out how to create a two-cylinder engine, which he did by 1909. Harley would remain the company's chief engineer and treasurer until his death. He was an indispensable facet of the company's success and crucial in developing and introducing new bikes. An avid racer, he also had the pleasure of testing his latest creations. Personal life. In 1910, Harley married Anna Jacktuber, with whom he had 3 children, Anne Mary, William J. and John. He died of heart failure on 18 September 1943. He was 62. Legacy. Harley was inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame in 1998. In 2003, a Harley Davidson statue was unveiled in Littleport, Cambridgeshire, where Harley's father had been born. Arthur Davidson. Arthur was the youngest Davidson brother, born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on 11 February 1881. Early life. Arthur developed a friendship with Walter Harley as a child. The two would fish together and shared an interest in biking. Career. Arthur Davidson was the first general sales manager and secretary of Harley Davidson. Davidson successfully got the USPS, police departments, and the military to use Harley Davidson registered trademark symbol bikes. He also started a Harley Davidson registered trademark symbol service school responsible for training qualified mechanics. Davidson saw the value in a coalition of industry insiders and riders working toward the common end of advancing motorcycling. Davidson was inspired to align himself closely with and support the American Motorcyclist Association. Personal life. At 69, Davidson was killed in a car crash just 3 miles south of his home. The accident claimed the lives of Davidson's wife, Clara, and their friends Dorothy and Donald Jeffrey. The Davidsons were survived by their 3 children, Margaret, Arthur Jr., and James Davidson.